There he is.
For Todd. There, Todd.
Can you hear me?
Okay, Todd. Yes, we hear you. It's all yours.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Morgan, and thank you, Landon, for running this event. One of the things that people always ask me is, how did you get started in this hobby? And they said, how did you start collecting? And I said, well, the first thing is hubcaps are just too big to collect, so I had to pick up something smaller. That's my first answer. My second answer is in '94, when my son went to college right after he graduated from high school, we found a shoe box filled with PEZ dispensers, about 30 of them. And we're like, oh, wow, we haven't seen PEZ dispensers in forever. And so we're looking at them, and my wife was going to throw them out. She was just going to pitch them. And I said, well, I wonder how many there are, which was my mistake, because I found a book and I started looking at it. And the next thing you know, I've got 50 of them, then I've got 100 of them, then I've got a tub full of them. So I had to figure out how to display them because I just had them in a big tub. So that's how I got started. So I'm going to flip this around, hopefully. Whoops. Okay. Okay, let me just get my finger out of the way. All right, welcome to my PEZ room. So I'm just going to scan around here real quick and just show you how I've got everything displayed in the room. It's just a bedroom in my house in Florida, in the Villages, and it's split into two. And I've got a rack here, and then I got some more stuff on the other side. And then over here, I've got a cabinet. All right, so we'll start here. And I'm going to stand up. So up here, I've got presidents in boxes up on top. And then way up here, I've got a rack that goes all the way around with box sets, plastic eggs, those types of things up in here. And I got racks that go all the way around the room. Over here, my friend of mine made me these. And what they are is for the tubes. They're just stock lumber with drilled out sections the same size as the tubes stacked one on top of another. And they go down to the floor and then just all the way up like this. And I thought that I was going to have enough doing it on this side, and I got one on the other side, but I've got other tubes and I've got to figure out how to put those together and do it again. Here's the hearts here in this Wayfarer case. I got the Jim Doubly grandstands. Down here I got more of the hearts. I've got the FX dispensers, a lot of single dispensers, a couple doubles. Katrinas are over here. Those are one of my favorites. The FXs are something I really, really enjoy. The eBay hearts, psychedelic eyes, and a lot of singles. And then down here, I got the funky faces all the way across here. Peter PEZ, the smileys. I got the food makers, both variations. The emoticons. And then down at the bottom, I've just got my books and some tins filled with some things. So starting here, I got the crystals on the top, crystal bugs on the top going across. I got the Barky Browns. The Barky Browns I have here going across that are sent to me loose. And then over on top over there, the box sets are over there. And I've got all my baseballs, baseball caps, all my sports here. Get a better view of it. Footballs. And the soccers. Hockey. And then down below, I've got the Cookie Zoo, the Emergency Hero dogs, which are one of my favorites. I got those at the Northeast PEZ Convention from Joe Paravati. One of the first things I bought where I spent some money. It's very fun. And then I've got the DC Comics going across, Star Wars on the bottom. And these racks were built, we built these racks. The original house that I lived in before I moved down to Florida had a staircase. And when you went up to the staircase, you look down a hallway. And if you look up inside here, you'll see how I have these slots. They're cut at 45 degrees. So when you came up the staircase, all the PEZ were turned at 45 degrees to you. And so everything was looking at you. And when I moved here, it just didn't work here. So I just flipped them around and put them in. But each one of these racks that you see here, if I slide back, each one of these racks holds 420 PEZ. So I've got one there, I've got one over there, I've got one over here, and I've got 3 more on the other side. So I've got about 2,000 PEZ plus or minus on the walls. And I've got Disney's up here, going across here. And I tried to alphabetize things, which is kind of hard to do because things keep changing and there's new characters that keep coming in. There's the Disney fairies, Handy Manny, the Incredibles. Try to hold myself steady here while I do this. You can see all the different ones that I've got. I've got spaces in some spots because there's some things that are coming in that I'm going to be putting in. There's the Smurfs collection down there. Penguins, SpongeBob. And down at the very, very bottom down here, I've got the Hello Kitties. And they go all the way across. Star Wars is a big collection. Hello Kitties is a big collection. The Hello Kitties go all the way across over to there. And then I got Giants on the floor down here. I've got those along the floor, all the way over there. And some more Giants down here. And then I got another rack here of different characters. And this is where I have a lot of my holiday dispensers. So here, the Christmas dispensers are going across here. All the way down along here. Trying to keep that steady hand going. Then Easter.
Todd, can you show us an up-close view of the strip that you have going across? People are curious what's holding the feet in there.
Oh, yeah.
Holding the feet on your, yeah.
It's oh, look it up here. Right. It's right there. How's that?
Perfect.
All it is the strip that you buy in Lowe's for bathrooms, that edging. And I just got some special glue that glues plastic to wood and just cut it to whatever length I need and then just put those in. So they just, you know, the PEZ just kind of pop in and out. They'll lean forward, but they won't fall out. So I did that to modify these when I had to change them. Okay, here's the Halloween going all across. And then we get into the Warner Brothers, different characters down through here. So when I started buying PEZ, when I started collecting, one of the things I did, I've been collecting since '94. One of the things I did or decided to do was every time I got a set, I got it on cards. And so what I've done is I've got these racks that, if you can see them here, these racks here with the pieces that hook onto them, they're just display racks. So I went and I bought these, and then I've just got these kind of in sections and tried to do them as you know, as the different categories. You know, I've got Valentine hearts here, all the way down, and I can put 5 or 6 of these cards on each one of these. So when you look at both sides, I've got about 1,600 or so carded PEZ from '94 on here. I got some older ones too. And one of the things is, of course, as soon as I did this, I realized I'm going to run out of room because I just don't have that kind of room here. So like all the baseballs are on the same card. All right, so I can take a lot of these off and just put them in boxes, which I've done with the trucks. I've done it with Disney Pixar. I've got a box full of Disney Pixars that aren't displayed. All the trucks that you see over here, which I'll talk about, I have all those on a card, but all the cards are the same. And then this is the rack over here, more American ones, different ones that I've got. All the way down here. And this rack divides the room in half. And then starting up here, I've got Japanese, more foreign, get more into the foreign cards. So these are all kind of cool. It took me a while to kind of figure all this out, but I'm glad I did this because I do have room now. But I am running out of room. I can only have one room here. I was told by a certain female in the house that that's the way it's going to be. So that's okay. I got my room. So this is another wall full of PEZ here, and I've got it now because I've got other stuff that I got to bring in. There's the whistles over there. And again, this kind of vacillates as you go through. You move things around and change things to suit your needs, but PEZ Pals. I got all the presidents there, as well as in a box on top over behind me. Peanuts. Despicable Me. I've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all done there. PEZ Pals, I've got those loose there. I've got them boxed up there. And then I've got some more of the tubes are down here. This I spent some time in the last couple of days just kind of moving things around because the room was kind of a mess. But I got the tubes down here, and I got to figure out a different way to display those. And I got some more giants here, more tubes over here. This is the rack that I have for my minis and my trucks. I have all the minis except Junior City 2, so like I'm looking for that, like I think everybody probably is. And then I've got my trucks here that I've collected, most of them. Again, as you fill these things up, you have to find other places to put them, but this is my truck display. So it's basically this rack here split into two, going down the side like this. And then I just built this. This is all my older PEZ, the no-footed PEZ, Austria 2.6, somewhere's in there. So I just built this, and I've got those all in plastic canisters. And I just built this. There is a window here. I just covered it up. So then I just put in some more of my double cards and some more of my box sets, because I have a zillion box sets that go across the top up here, all the way around the room, all the way around. I'm not tall, so I've got those up there. Oops, sorry. Got those up there. And I got room over here for more racks, which I'll put up. And then this is my rack that I just built this rack over here and built this rack also. This is for my convention dispensers. And when I started doing this, I just started asking the different people that ran these if I could get some of these. And they were very generous. Tina Gonzalez was one of the people that gave me all of her PEZ dispensers from Dairyville. And I don't have those up here because, as you'll see, these are all loose PEZ that, this is how they came to me, most of them. I got them this way. You know, some of my favorites are the ones here. I got these from Mike Garavelli. These are the Swedish PEZ Convention 2011. The Crystal Santa is one of my favorites, and I love this guy. So all these, I got all the Slovenians, all the ones from Slovenia that Ivan sent. So I've got all those. I've got a bunch of candy packs.
Todd, we're running a little out of time, and we had a few questions. If you want to answer those real fast.
I'm done. That's it, pretty much.
What percentage of your PEZ collection do you have displayed? Would you guess?
What percentage?
Yeah, how many are boxed away, essentially?
Those, right there. I've got the coffee box, the small boxes on top, and the two that are down here. These are all convention dispensers that are wrapped up in their original packaging, you know, with the cards and everything to show where they came from. So those are those, and then these are all just, one of these boxes has the carded PEZ that are all trucks. One is filled with Disney Pixar. There's one here, the double cards. They're all the big bill of double cards. So they're all pretty much one kind of PEZ just boxed away.
And do you have a favorite? People always want to know what everyone's favorite is. Do you have something that you're drawn to in your own collection, something you stare at?
Yeah, the one I really, really like is this one, the one from Finland.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool one.
I loved it when I got that one, but then I just bought this one a while ago, the one from Austria. So
oh, yeah.
I like that one too. So I wasn't real big into collecting the older ones initially. I wanted to keep current and then kind of go backwards. So I go through phases where I'll just all of a sudden start buying certain things. But this one right here, I always liked that one. I just always did.
Yeah.
Very, very nice and giving me that or letting me get that. So I'm very happy with that. So I just keep plugging along.
Thank you so much, Todd. If you have questions for Todd, I see a lot of you are still asking questions, or you want to know more about Todd, or if you want to visit Todd because there's someone in St. Pete, or Tracy is in Orlando. If you want to visit Todd or talk more with Todd, you can just message him on here, and Todd's on Facebook as well. Thanks so much, Todd.
You're welcome.
Good to see everything there.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks for hosting us.
Yes, of course.